going on, everybody? We're back for another episode of Champagne Gains.
Coach Beckyn is there.
Coach Beckyn is here in Minnesota, and we have over here live from Vegas.
Live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Coach Kiki.
And Alexa.
Good job.
So I'm currently in Vegas for the Olympia, which is coming up this weekend. So when you guys listen to this, it'll be after the
And Ben will
Olympia.
have won.
Yes. Ben will have gotten to finals. That is my number one goal. I was like, you better have him be sitting next to me at finals on Saturday night, please.
Are you going, Alexa? Did you get tickets?
I'll just go to the expo.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'll watch from my comfort of my couch.
Yeah, we're going to the expo on Saturday because that's when pre-judging is for classic physique, men's physique, and bikini.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so we were talking about it yesterday, and like I'm so interested to see who's going to be in that top 5 for bikini.
No, it's gonna shake out.
Yeah.
Especially with Jen Dory not competing, and I don't know. I feel like there's so many like potentials that could happen. You really have no idea what they're going to pick, because I feel like Jen's physique is like complete, in a just very good way. I love her physique. And then, other girls are just like, they're kind of different.
Yeah.
In terms of their structure. So we'll see what they go for, see what the new standard
We'll see what we need to aim for next year.
Glutes.
We always know that answer.
Yeah.
I feel like my upper body is like, why can't my glutes grow as fast as the upper body? Like, come the fuck on.
I know. Can I just we were like talking to our glutes yesterday when we were training. We're like, come on,
speaking
let's
nicely.
go.
Yeah.
You can build just as fast as my shoulders.
I have faith in you, glutes. Let's go.
Alexa's already shoulders ready to go. So we just need glutes.
More
and
glutes.
I think that's like every check-in. I'm like, we need glutes and more glutes. Yep.
I'm like, oh, really? No.
Still glutes. Just gonna tell you that just in case you forgot.
It's never a surprise, unfortunately. But Miss Alexa is, sorry, Mrs. Alexa is in prep right now. How many weeks have you been prepping so far?
Oh my gosh. Over 10. Since like beginning of July, right?
Yeah. I can't remember. I can't.
And you had one. Wait, when was the last time you competed? Was it last December?
Last early December at High Roller here.
Okay.
It'll be a whole year in between. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's so fun to see like what you built in the off season.
Big building season. And it was a good this was I feel like my first like taken seriously building season, because my last off seasons I've taken I've gone pregnant. So I was building in different ways, and this was an intentional do not get pregnant this off season. We need to build my glutes, not my tummy. So
I'm pretty sure I told her that. I was like, let's not get pregnant this
fucking around, literally.
Literally.
Please stay on your birth control.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good job not getting pregnant.
Yeah. We reached that goal. We did not get pregnant. So we're winning.
Perfect. Okay, so 10 weeks of prep. How are you feeling?
Well, I was feeling like death a few weeks ago, but we just recently kind of revamped my plan. So I am eating a lot more than the last 3-4 months. So I'm feeling really good and carb high right now. So we're feeling good.
What were you eating when you came on video today?
Sorry?
What were you eating when you came on video today?
Oh, just a good classic oats, raspberries, a little peanut butter, and some egg white.
That's like my favorite meal recently.
No, it's my hyperfixation. I don't think I've strayed from that since I started bodybuilding. That is my
so good.
No, and it's filling, so I feel good to go for the rest of the day.
Yeah. So we when we started your prep, it was basically going through like a recomp, trying to pull off some of the body fat. And then, your body just kind of stalled a little bit after we were like continuing to try to push and push. And we realized, like, I realized like she was moving so much in her daily life with her group fitness classes that it was a recipe for disaster almost.
Yeah.
She was just burning through so much that her body was just so inflamed.
Mhm.
So I was like, yo, we got to do something different.
Yeah. So it was, and yeah, because I'm like, I teach my group fitness classes, then on top of cardio. And then we realized I was getting almost 20,000 steps a day just living
Yeah.
on top of all that. So
That
it
is
was,
so wild to me.
yeah. And mentally, I was struggling. Like, I think I
Yeah.
called every other week crying.
Yeah. And I don't think I realized that it was like,
No.
I knew that you were so busy, but I don't think I really understood fully
No,
until
neither did I.
deep dived
Yeah.
into what you were actually doing.
Yeah. Because this is just my life. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
why am I struggling right now? Because this is my daily life for
Yeah.
5 years. So
Yeah, that just goes to show, I mean, how important not like keeping that kind of data is. And then also, I think it's really, I mean, not usually with most people, but or like in bodybuilding prep, but I think people have no idea. Like sometimes doing less is more, and that's what's going to get you results.
no,
Rather,
literally. Well, and it's just taking away cardio. Last week, we took cardio away for a minute. Like, I just felt like a weight like off my shoulders. Not it just from my body standpoint, and we saw that on like my progress pictures, I think. But it was just like, oh, and then giving myself permission just to sit down and be kind of lazy, even though I was still working. But it was like, oh, I can sit down. I don't have to do so much because it's not working.
Yeah, she's just like on overdrive, and sometimes like your battery's just gonna like blow up.
Mhm.
Literally, it did.
Yeah, you can only run at 100 miles an hour for so long until you're bound to break down.
Yeah.
And
And
that's,
yeah,
I
my
think,
training was suffering. I think like I wasn't getting the intensity like I have been the last few days now, which is the most important. I'm learning more and more is that training, lifting intentionally and heavy and to get the muscle you need on stage instead of pounding myself to the pavement.
Yeah.
yeah,
Trying to get lean, but
right.
I need my glutes.
Yeah.
I need my glutes to stay.
Right. Don't go away. I think
No.
that, relaxing, that very, very important during a bodybuilding prep is de-stressing and taking care of yourself and allowing yourself to let down and relax because I think we, especially as women, like we feel like we're not doing enough at all
No,
times.
really. Like I felt guilty sitting down and watching a TV show. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I should be doing something. And then last week, I'm like, I can't get more than a few thousand steps. So just sit down and watch my favorite stories of housewives, learning about other people. I'm a studier of the housewives, so I let myself do it, and it was great.
And it's just so hard when we're used to just running and running and running around. I mean, especially with you being a mom to two young boys, a wife, you're involved in so many things that it's just like, it just becomes like, this is what I do. This is what I am. And then we feel like bad sitting down. Me and Beckyn have talked about that before, like we own our own business. It's like, it's okay to like not work at 9 p.m. at night and just like sit there.
Yeah. Have a regular.
Yeah. Or even like take a weekend off from work. Like it's
wild.
okay. We have to say no to things sometimes. We can't be available 24/7 to everybody. I mean, Alexa, you're different because you have children, so you have to be available to them. You can't just be like,
6 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about prep with kids. How crazy is it? Like, how do you handle it?
Honestly, I'm super grateful. So when I had my first baby, my goal was to get on stage within a year of having my baby, and that was in 2019. And honestly, at that point, it was easy because he had to go wherever I had to go. Like he couldn't go anywhere. So he was on my schedule. I just did my workouts around his nap time. He wasn't eating real food. So that part was,
it didn't matter.
it was easy.
Yeah, it was
like
easier.
It was easier and life was less complicated. Now that my kids are a little older, they have their own lives. They have school and activities. That has been a good learning curve this year, but we've just made it into a routine. So like my kids know every day we're going to the gym. And when we don't go, my 5-year-old's like, "Oh, we're not going to the gym today?" I'm like, "No, it's rest day." Like now it's programmed. And we're so lucky we're in a gym that has great daycare,
Yeah.
that they enjoy going. And my son understands why we're going. I always remind him, Mommy has a goal. So I'm going there to reach my goal. Even though he's my toughest critic, my 5-year-old is telling everyone my goals. I'm like,
Oh,
shush.
wow.
He compares me to Chris Bumstead daily. Like, are you gonna beat him? I'm like, probably
Yes.
not. Like, thanks, buddy.
We're switching gears. She's
Yeah.
moving from bikini to classic physique.
Classic physique.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she can do it.
But just having with my kids, it's 100% a routine and kind of teaching them like a daily routine, which I think is just good in general. Wake up, get ready, eat, we're going to the gym. Like that kind of thing. After school, we're going to the gym and they look forward to it and they don't even question it anymore because it's been their lives as much as it's been mine now too. So that's huge.
Yeah, there can be some jacked kids, that's for sure.
I hope so. No.
I think it's good to have them like see you reaching towards goals that aren't like being mom. Like you have your own like aspirations and them seeing that is going to help them when they get older and they're like, oh, well, mom did all these really cool things and was able to like make this like she's not just a mom, she's Alexa the athlete too. And I think it's been fun just yesterday watching them kind of interact. And
oh my gosh.
I think my favorite part about like watching them is like seeing like what the kids are eating too. And trying to like still they're children, like small children, so it's like you can't like force them to eat like what we eat.
Yeah.
It's cool to like still get them to, understand like, oh, you need food for energy. And because James yesterday was talking about how he was tired and he didn't eat his lunch. And it's like, oh, James, you need to eat your food because this is going to give you energy so you can like become big and strong.
And go play with your friends. Yeah. That's important to him. Yes.
That's so cute. I love it.
No,
good learning, good teaching moments.
Yeah. And I really want to like show them like not just because I came from a family that we aspired to big goals. And I was lucky enough to have parents like pushed us so we can be better than just what we were, like pushed us to our potential. And I wanted to show them like, I'm not just talking the talk of like, you need to be great, but like, I want to show them like, mom's been through it. I can relate. Yeah, my son loves to swim, so his goal is to get to swim team. So I'm like, I know you don't want to go swim team today, the swim practice, but like, if this is your goal, you got to go. And that's why mommy goes to the gym for her goal. So like, I want to show them just not by telling them, but actually doing it with them.
Right. Behavior is a language.
Yeah. Yeah. And they see it. He knows I'm going to bring my food with him. He brings his little water bottle to school. Like they start copying. It's so great.
Yes, I love it.
And it's not
how
pre-workout.
Yeah. What? Don't give your 2-year-old pre-workout on accident. Oh no. He loves drinking out of my water. And then one day I'm like, oh my gosh, there's real pre-workout in that. Oh, his face is probably all itchy. So we don't put it in my water bottle anymore.
Learning experience.
Yes, exactly.
And then your husband, CJ, what does he do? He does recovery.
Yeah.
What is his?
He's a physical therapist.
Yes, he is.
I love. Why did I look at you?
I don't know.
What does my husband do? My husband's a director at a physical therapist, so he a full-time job. So he's gone most of the day helping people with their bodies.
Does he help you with your recovery?
He's starting to. I had to bribe him to help me with my speak of the devil. There he is. Going to work. Yeah, but he's also like been a great tool. Like on Saturdays, he comes and trains with me. And so I'll ask him like, okay, if Kiki says I need to focus on like this muscle group, am I doing this movement right? and he'll give me great pointers and help me, or he'll be like, you can go heavier than that. Like that wasn't good enough. So someone who understands the body and the mechanics of it has been really helpful too.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I would like an in-home physical therapist, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
sign me up.
No, it's great. And I'm like, okay, I'll just watch TV. You cut me. Like, it's all good. Let's go. Like,
That sounds amazing. I'm so jealous.
we'll get back to it.
Okay, what's your favorite body part to train?
Oh, shoulders. I like shoulders. You can see it fast. You feel it fast. You feel like the Hulk after like 10 reps.
There ain't
And
like a good shoulder pump.
yeah, I love it. And I torture my classes with shoulders too, but they're starting to appreciate it.
Yeah.
We did 100 lateral raises last week in my class. And
Oh my gosh.
it was one of those days where I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to train today because my daycare only uses so much time. So I'm like, I might have to do an at-home workout. So I'm like, we are getting a shoulder pump in my class. So you're all suffering with me.
That's
Me and Alexa
amazing.
have similar body types. Like I mean, I can't train shoulders anymore, and she's gonna,
I'm trying to get there.
It's gonna be at that point too for her. Like once she does get on the pro stage, it's like we know that she's just gonna need more glutes. And
Mhm.
like, yeah, we can maintain shoulders, but
Yeah. Priorities legs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been learning to love legs. It's just when you can't see something or and it doesn't fire as fast as like a smaller body part.
Mhm.
You have to like talk yourself into loving it.
Yeah. I think like leg days it's more annoying to like set up and implement as well. You know, you gotta set up your hip thrust, set up your squats, whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Like
And it's always and I don't know why gyms do this. So here's my call out to gyms. Like have more leg machines.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
how many chest press machines do we need? I don't know. 2?
That many.
All of them.
They try to cater towards men.
Yeah.
My gym, they had new equipment in there the other day, like in the boxes still, and it said something about glutes, and I was like, please be a standing hip thrust, please be a standing hip thrust. It was just like another glute kickback. I'm like, we already have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the standing hip thrust.
Yes.
Petition.
No, literally. Yeah. So I'm always like, so Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, I know like I'm focused on getting my machines and like setting up camp and not leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
With
Right.
upper body days, like, oh, I can get a bench. I can do it over there. You know,
Yeah,
easier.
it's way
Yeah.
easier.
Mhm.
And like you said, like because you have stuff in the garage, like if you have to
Oh,
with
yeah.
kids schedule, your own schedule, you can literally just go out there and
Yeah.
put together a shoulder workout. It's really not that difficult. You can do
Yeah.
shoulder press, you can do lateral raises, front raises, rear delt, rear delt raises, and you're good.
Yeah. And usually I'm like, just go till failure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
since I don't have the biggest weights, but I mean, we just in my little COVID gym.
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, I'm excited for Alexa's season. I mean, we don't know how long it's going to be.
No.
You know, I think at this point we're similar to you, Beckyn. We're just kind of prepping, and when she's ready, we're gonna step on stage.
Yeah, hit the ground running fast,
Yeah.
but we want to be
Ready.
We want to be ready.
Yeah.
My first national show, it was just I just want to go to nationals. I don't care. And now it's like, okay, I want to be in the mix. I want to be up there. So if we're not ready, like early or behind, it's like, okay, it's always going to be there.
Yeah, the stage is always going to be there, and like it's expensive. So like why would we waste, money to go to a show where you're going to be in the sea of 16s again? It's like we want to set you up for success where we're going into the show to get at least top 5.
Yes.
So you get noticed.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get
cannot
noticed
wait.
in the sea of 16.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, she totally will.
Well, I was thinking about that. Like your off season is going, like I'm so excited to see where you land because you're like taking that long off season. Like that's what did it for me. I was just thinking last night, I was like, it's kind of wild. Like I went from like last place North Americans 2022 to like winning the overall at a national show to like a year and a half later. Like that's wild.
Yeah.
And you've been putting in the freaking work like a mad woman. So it's going to be so freaking cool to see.
I'm excited. because now I know, and now that because I haven't been to national since 2021. That was our first show together. Yeah, 2021, and it was USA's, and so it was just a big learning curve. And then I realized like, oh, this is not a regional show. Like these are the best. I was like, oh, okay, I understand. Bye, I'll be back.
Yeah. Just like that Homer Simpson meme where he just like
just back it up.
back it up. Yep.
Honestly, with no expectations, I mean, I think I just had a great experience because I did better than I thought. I think I landed in 12 out of 20 something, 24 girls. So that was the big switch for me. Like, oh, maybe I can do this. Like, I'm not last, I'm not first, but like, oh,
and it's like your stage presence too is just but you, like you said, like you will get noticed regardless.
Yeah.
If your physique is 1000% there or not, because like you have a dance background and you just know how to, work the stage.
Yeah,
and that's what's going, like Sandy is going to pick that out. First and like not first and foremost, but they're like she's going to see that. You're like, oh, this is like how pros command the stage.
So on that, you had a posing session with Ben the other day, is that correct? Or you didn't pose?
We haven't posed with Ben yet.
Oh.
Not yet. I've been going to the contest prep center has free posing every once in a while. So I'll go to the posing room. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, she hasn't experienced the full Ben posing. She's experienced Ben with like getting her plans together, and so that's fun.
Yeah.
But
it will
stay tuned.
I got a little and the first time I met Ben was the night before my last show.
Yes.
And Kiki's like, you're posing with him. I'm like, oh, okay. And it was, I mean, for the half hour we worked together, I think it changed, at least got my mind thinking about it, even if I wasn't perfect in the way we had a few hours to practice, but it definitely got my mind thinking more of that next level posing instead of just a regional. Not that it's that, but more of a next level posing than a regional stage.
Yeah, so he'll get you right, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely for
sure. That's where I feel the most confident is on stage. Like that's like I just love, I'm a stage whore. I love it so much. I don't care. So I just know like once I get my practice and feel confident, like no matter what, that's where I know I can shine. So
I love it. We love that confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up on the stage, so I have to.
Right.
Not even I didn't.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Obviously. She's one of the OG Kiki clients.
She is, yeah.
Oh, OG. Like, she would slip into my DMs when I wasn't working with her. I was working with someone with Hannah Rand.
Yeah.
And every once in a while I get like a little DM, like, how are you doing? I'm like, who is this Kiki girl? I love her so much. And then when I switched over, it was like, oh, easy peasy. She's been stalking me for years.
Yeah.
I love it.
He was the Homer Simpson, like coming out.
Well, and it's like it just goes to like people who work with their coaches for long term, like you and I, Beckyn, like now I'm starting to understand her body even more so. But like she's been working with me in her improvement seasons. I mean, I think you called me like maybe like an hour after giving birth to be like, I'm ready to come back. I'm like, okay, let's calm down. But it helps the coach to really, see your body progress through that improvement season. And, that's just going to make each prep better every single time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The working with a coach in improvement season is huge. Like huge.
And it was just nice to have someone like, because you get so in your head about off season and it's a big transition. And especially when we went into an intentional, like you need to put on size building season. Oh, there's my little baby. But it was nice to have someone like I sent my picture to, even though I'm like, I do not like how I look, but she was like, no, I see your shape. You're doing okay. Like move on from there.
Yeah.
Come on, speak of the devil.
There's a baby. We have never had this happen on the show before. There's a baby. Baby on board.
I smell children.
He's back up. He got his baba. He's good. No, that's it.
Maybe to close out, like one piece of advice that you would give, it doesn't have to be just a mom, but like someone who's aspiring to, you know, get onto that national stage or even just do something for themselves. It doesn't even have to be competing, just like a piece of advice for, you know, whoever you want to give that advice to. It could be your younger self, it could be a future person, whatever.
Just advice in general.
Yeah, just
well,
advice.
I am very wise. So no, I'm kidding. I'm a very wise woman. Well, when it comes to like, I'll do like a few. Like when it comes to bodybuilding, one thing I really, really wish is I studied the sport more. I just saw Heidi Summers on YouTube one day and was like, I can do that, not knowing what it entailed at all. So the first time I stepped on stage, I'm like, oh my gosh, who let me do that? That was so bad. But I would say like getting good habits of like lifting, like actually learn how to lifting before you start competing and get a good foundation. That's one thing I wish. But just in life in general, I just think learning your priorities. And your priorities might be different from someone else, especially as I get to know other moms around in my church and with my kids friends and everything. I hear a lot of, oh, I wish I could do this and I wish I could do that. I'm like, well, you can. It's just like, where are your priorities? Are like mine is to take care of myself. So I get up and go to the gym and then the rest of the day can fall as it may. Or if my priority was like building a business, like, okay, get up and get that done either before the kids or after the kids. But everything else falls in line. Once you have your priorities and your sense of self, like everything else can go and you're still building. And the rest of the day might suck, but at least you got like 10% of your day of what you're trying to build or what you're trying to accomplish done. And that adds up over time. Like just those little things. I wish people knew like brick by brick, no matter what you're working on. It takes years sometimes, but those little bricks, you'll look back and be like, oh my gosh, like I've grown that much instead of taking bricks off or just staying the same. So it's prioritizing what you think is most important and then just day by day, little by little, and then it gets bigger and bigger faster.
I love it.
Mic drop.
And if you're in the Henderson, Vegas area, gotta go
hit me up.
Some of her classes.
Yes, I teach at Redemption in Henderson, and then Lifetime Henderson are my two. So fun, and it is Vegas theme. We have lights, we have music, we have club, while you're getting a good workout in. So I love my job. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
I'm just a cheerleader. It's just the best job ever.
And where can our listeners or viewers find you?
So I religiously live on Instagram. So that's where I am, Alexa Cardon _fitness. Soon to be IFBB Pro.
Yes.
Manifest it.
I will have a handle change in the next year.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. And you can find me at Beckyn _IFBB Pro.
And you can find me at Keekers Laugh IFBB Pro.
Yes. Alexa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, lovely ladies.
For another episode of Champagne Gainz, and cheers. We are out.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. We're gonna have fun. Cheers. You have fun. Cheers.
What's up, guys? Coach Kiki here. I just wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of Champagne Gainz. If you loved this episode, please make sure you do all of the things. Like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating and review, and share with your Champagne bestie. Champagne Gainz is also brought to you by Coach Kiki LFG Gym Gear. Unlock the full power of your workouts with Coach Kiki's Let's Fucking Grow hip bands, long resistance bands, cable ankle straps, and hip thrust pads. For all of your sprinkle booty gains, check out CoachKikiLFG.com. Thanks, guys. Cheers.